What could have been? Or what exactly are we watching? Oh, this was before the explosion. I see.
They might promote Bukhanov.
Well, this will actually be interesting to see.
Naturally, they'll put me in charge once it's gone, and then I'll need someone to take my old job. I would like to be considered.
Would you?
Victor Petrovich. Preparations for the test have gone smoothly.
The most likable characters, all gathered in one room.
So do we have to scrap it or what?
We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. We'll proceed then.
Overconfidence or stupidity. Whatever this was probably not a bright idea.
At last, a Soviet scientist who tells...
Oh, sneaky as always.
Hero of the Soviet Union. I'm humbled.
I would have loved to see what he actually said.
It's been months. No changes have been made.
Oh, so they made that deal. Well, you should not have trusted them. Oh, what the hell is going on? Are you starting to lose your hair? It's beginning. The beginning of the end. Yikes. I've said yikes too many times during this series. Okay? What does that mean?
They're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
And you believe him? I don't.
Do you believe him?
Man, she's my spirit animal.
People never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied.
Exactly. Man, she might actually be the GOAT of this series. Although I like Legasov.
At the trial.
But she's the realist. Yes, please.
The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community to observe the trial.
Oh, that's important. What do you have to lose? Come on.
Do you know what happened to Volkov, the man whose report you found? They just removed him from his position at the institute.
That's what they do. Get rid of intellect. Get rid of intelligent people. Get rid of those who know and bring in those who can act as our puppets.
You told me to find out what happened.
She did. You hear that? She actually did what you said.
They died rescuing each other. They simply did what had to be done.
So have I.
Well, you're already dying then. You're losing your hair. You're getting cancer. You're gonna die in a couple of years.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it is not.
She's calling him out. I don't need to talk. She's doing it for me. The last part of this miniseries. Let's see how this gets covered up to the rest of the world. Or if they'll actually tell the truth. It sounds like it will come down to Legasov. I hope he does the right thing, but I can't say that I'm that hopeful. The KGB will surely keep an eye on him. Maybe even two. But man, what a downer the previous episode was. I hope this one will be more about how everything turned out. And how we got to where we got. And more importantly, how Legasov got to where he got. Let's not forget about how this series started. But before we watch the finale, 70% of you are not subscribed. So if you enjoy my reactions, please subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. Also, I'm over on Patreon. I've probably already finished this series over there, and many other shows as well, so check it out if you're interested. Next up on the schedule is The Witcher, a show I've been looking forward to a lot. Is that who I think it is? Ramsey's papa? Can I see his face again? Please? That is him. It has to be him. Lord Bolton or what? I'm gonna say that it's him. And that's that. Let's move on. Now here we go. To the exciting part. Okay. Explain this to all of us. In simple terms.
In order to sign this
Here we go.
all safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained.
And which was that?
But what if a power plant has no power?
That's a good question.
If there's no power, the pumps cannot move water through the core, and without water the core overheats, the fuel melts down,
I see.
short, a nuclear disaster.
So, is that what happened then? What the hell is happening? Are you alright?
Comrade, I'm you.
Yes, let's go. Now drop the facts on their heads.
To understand what happened that night, we have to go back 10 hours earlier.
Imagine remembering this script, memorizing everything. They're all very convincing in their roles.
They are asking for a 10-hour delay.
A lot of technicalities, but that's to be expected.
Why was this delay so dangerous? It created two problems.
Let's
One
hear
of them
them.
is scientific in nature, and the other is very human.
Yes, let's do so.
They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they're giving it to us.
He's like, what the hell?
He says to follow the crosstown instructions.
Do they even know, understand where they are working? How dangerous this stuff is? Doesn't seem that way.
Is it too much to ask that you all know what you're doing?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Well, the other dude tried.
Shut the fuck up and do
What is my job? Tell me. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. At least we're getting the truth here.
I want you to think of Yuri Gagarin. I want you to imagine that he has been told nothing of his mission into space until the moment that he is on the launch pad.
Yes, imagine that. That's crazy.
You only need to know this. There are essentially two things that happen inside a nuclear reactor.
Okay, I'm here. I'm listening.
Reactivity which generates
Educate
power
me.
either goes up or it goes down.
Okay. I think I understand it
All
so
the
far.
operators do is maintain balance.
She's like, keep it together, come on. You can do it.
When nuclear fuel gets hotter, it gets less reactive. So, fuel increases reactivity. Control rods and water reduce it. Steam increases it. The rise in temperature reduces it.
Now we're going back again.
Should have finished by now.
We're following protocol for reduction rate.
You're procrastinating.
Can't you guys just beat him up?
Kirstenbaum, come get me when these old women are ready.
Man, what a prick. There's nothing likable about him. Very slow now. Something is happening on its own. Guys, this is not 700.
What is this? I'm not even touching it.
Man, this is so scary. Even though we know what happened. Call someone. Okay, call him in. Why the hell did you go out?
Get it back up!
How? How the hell do we do that? Man, look at that.
What did you do?
What do you mean, what did you do? What you told me to do?
We have to shut down within 24 hours.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
We can't raise the power from here. The rules.
Don't talk to me about rules.
Okay, so the rules were ignored.
I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
No.
I like this dude.
And if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't.
I despise this dude. What a disgusting person. That was your only mistake. Feeling intimidated by an idiot.
I wasn't even there.
What?
What are you talking about?
If you weren't in the room, then where were you?
Okay then. Ask the questions.
The toilet.
Comrade Hamyuk interviewed everyone who was in the control room that night. They all told the same story.
Let's go! Call him out on his crap.
You ordered them to raise the power. This is a fact.
Has anyone ever been more irritating? Nah, something is going on with him. I've already said that 10 times. Are you okay, my man? I don't want you to die, but I think you're gonna die. Shouldn't someone go and check on him? Oh my god. Yep, he's not doing well.
How much time?
I don't know.
A year.
Maybe a year.
Everything we asked for. Everything we needed.
A true bromance.
They heard me, but they listened to you.
Yep, very true.
God's sakes, Boris. You were the one who mattered most.
You should be proud. This could have been so much worse.
Klimov and Toptonov have only one course of action. They begin pulling control rods out. But even still, the xenon poisoning is so strong, the best they can do is raise the power to 200 megawatts.
This is so fascinating.
The only thing keeping the reactor in check is water and xenon.
But to fully grasp everything, you probably have to watch this a couple of times and maybe even read about it.
We have barely enough steam as it is. The turbine is going too slow for the test to deliver any valid results. And if we add more water, there will be even
I said it's enough. I know what I'm doing. Stelyachuk.
You don't know what you're doing. Isn't that clear? You're clueless, my dude. Have you ever worked with someone like that? How did you manage? Let me know in the comment section.
The results would have been useless, but the Aklov didn't care.
He wanted that promotion.
The computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
And they didn't do that. They did not listen. And whose order was that?
It doesn't know we're running a test.
Facepalm.
did everything right.
Yep, you tried. But maybe you could have tried more. Beat him up, make him go to sleep.
With every decision, they have pulled this reactor back like a slingshot, further than anyone has ever pulled. Now the test begins.
I really like how this trial is done. They're showing us what happened. How it went down, while he explains it.
We have a power surge, Sasha.
And it's happening super fast.
In every control room of every nuclear reactor in the world, there is a button with one single purpose. The scram will instantly shut down the reaction.
Yeah, here it is. The AZ-5.
All of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped. Dead.
But, here's the but. Is it a big one or a flat one?
What are you waiting for, Legasov?
Oh my god. Guys.
We've heard enough for today. Court will.
I haven't finished.
Yes, let him talk.
We will resume tomorrow.
Yes, let him freaking finish. We have time.
The shutdown system had a fatal flaw.
Let's talk about that flaw. He's like, oh, interesting.
These rods are made of boron, which reduces reactivity, but not the tips.
Yep, we heard about this in one of the previous episodes.
Why? For the same reason our reactors do not have containment buildings around them, like those in the West.
Yes, he's calling it all out. This is not what they wanted to hear. But they needed to hear this. I'm so glad we got the answers to everything. Very well explained.
Perevoschenko looks down on the enormous steel lid of the reactor and sees
The worst job ever.
the control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350
Oh my god, that must have been so scary.
He runs to warn the control room, but there's nothing he can do to stop what is.
Yo, this is so... It's like a horror movie right now. Look at that.
Designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts.
He's now operating at...
Beyond 33.
Yikes. Another yikes. I need to stop with those yikes.
At long last we have arrived. 123:45. Explosion.
Ouch. Not really ouch. But wow. The gate to hell has been opened. What a sight.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
Testimony in Vienna was a lie.
Brilliant. I'm loving this. Wow. I just wanna applaud him.
Professor Legasov, if you mean to suggest the Soviet state is somehow responsible for what happened,
Yep, that is what he's telling you. It's plain and simple.
Dangerous ground. We're on dangerous ground right now because of our secrets and our lies.
Amazing. Now, he's told you everything. Now it's up to you all. So, what happened after this? Okay. And here he is. The genius. The problem solver.
In a just world, I'd be shot for my lies, but not for this, not for the truth.
Exactly.
The whole world saw you in Vienna. It would be embarrassing to kill you now. And for what?
That's actually true.
You will live.
But
How long you have. But not as a scientist. Not anymore.
it's worth it. He's dying anyway.
What role did Shibina play in this?
He didn't know what I was going to say.
What role did
Good
Paul
guy.
play in this?
None.
He's like, I don't know if I believe you.
You will not meet or communicate with either one of them ever again. You will remain so immaterial to the world around you that when you finally do die, it will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
If I refuse,
What? What does that even mean? They're like, goodbye, friend. We're proud of you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Now, what will you two do? You guys need to be careful as well.
we are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it.
I really love that.
The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions. And this, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Wow, that gave me goosebumps. So beautifully said. Age of 51. What a legend. He was not forgotten. That's good. They finally did that. It was not in vain then. So important to see. Never be able to bear a child. Suffer from multiple strokes. That's horrible. Oh! She lives with her son in Kiev. Hope they're doing well still, considering the times. Maybe it was. How do you recover from that? From all the lies? Yep, in memory of all who suffered and sacrificed. What a beautiful miniseries. I'm so glad I watched it. It was so worth it. Man, I'm just speechless right now. What are you even supposed to say after an episode like this? After a series like this? I don't think it could have been better. What's the conclusion? Well, in the end, truth prevailed, but it took many sacrifices. Now, let's talk about the trial. I actually love how it was done. Legasov explained everything while they showed us how it happened. Personally, I needed that to keep being engaged. When things get too technical, I space out. And it's not intentional, it just happens. There were so many heroes, but I want to shout out Legasov, Homyuk and Sherbina, the trio who did everything they could to bring this disaster under control. And to hell with the KGB. Then, now, and forever. Now, my favorite part of this episode was Legasov telling the truth, but also his ending monologue, one of the most beautiful and important monologues ever. I also love the ending part, you know, with the original pictures. It added an extra bit of realism to this whole series. It brought perspective to everything. I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10. I'm very satisfied with how the series portrayed the Chernobyl disaster. It was made to help us understand it, and I appreciate that. Well, that's it then. Next up is The Witcher. Can't wait for that show as well. It will be up on the channel in a week or two. I hope you'll be here for it. Well then, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe and leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. Now take care and see you next time in another show. Thank you for being a watcher. This channel is proudly powered by Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, uncut watch-alongs, exclusive reactions, or if you simply want to see everything before everyone else does, then for the price of a drink, you can unlock it all. Follow the link in the description for more information. And most importantly, thank you for the support.